Hello, my dear friends, on a Good Friday here, April 18th, in the good old year 2025. Wasn't that a song? No, in the year 20. No, it was 2525. It wasn't 25. The Age of Aquarius. Oh, I hated that song. I don't know about you, but I hated that song. I really did. And they would play it all the time. You know, the 70s were cool, and then some of the 70s, boy, did not age well. No, that's for doggone sure. We're going to be on for a little bit here. It is a... Why are all these pop-ups popping up? Xbox. Yeah, I know about my Xbox. Just let me know if you can hear or see me, which would be shocking. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the old channel here, just to keep us going. We'll go over the auction like we always do. It ends this Monday at 10 a.m. And we will get everything out to you. There are a bunch of lots here that I don't think have any bids on them, so we'll name and all that out. How do you bid? Well, that's really easy. You just email me at novaprime860@hotmail.com and put in the lot number. Make sure you send your address so we don't have to go back and forth. Okay, and then of course, tell me which lot you would like. All right. So this is going to be the last big auction. We're going to do one after this, just a really small one, maybe 3 or 4 lots. And that will give us the clearance to get things where we want them to be, okay? As we start this new transition where we're going to be basically talking about a lot of older stuff, some newer stuff, a lot of print and play stuff. Things are going very good out there. A lot of companies are supposedly, blaming it on the tariffs and closing up. Well, the tariffs really haven't gone into effect for a lot of companies, or they haven't had product out there that they had to bring in. And if they knew these things were coming, they would have brought them in. The truth of it is, this is a pretty good excuse to blame it on something else and save some face for some companies. Okay, trust me. All this is real, but we have to look forward and do things differently. And we're going to be talking more about some of the things that I think are really going to affect people. And I feel bad for a lot of you guys out there, because you're the ones that are going to suffer the brunt of a lot of things, particularly the Kickstarter world. If they can't afford to pay to bring their stuff in, well, your money's hanging out there. They walk away with it and blame it on everything else, or put the cost on you. So now, what does that do for the future of Kickstarters? It makes you kind of think, huh? It makes you kind of think. I have been under the freaking weather for this entire week, and it has killed me. I barely have my voice today. Last night was a little rough. I tried to get on my VR headset with my friends. I was talking with Pete, as you know, from Cool Mini or Not. And I was able to stay on for about a half hour. And I'm obsessed. And I do mean obsessed. And we'll get to the auction stuff in a minute here. And I apologize. I have been obsessed. A game I left off the top 10 pinball games, okay, that I really have, I'm new to pinball, but I'm not new to pinball, okay, because I remember the days, okay, back when we were on the shore, back on the East Coast. And you'd go up to, the old seafood joint, and they would have a separate room, and it would all just be pinball. And the most amazing thing was that stupid shark game, okay, where he's swimming, and I guess there was a film running in the background, and you're sitting there with the little thing, and you're going ding, 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 trying to kill him, and then there's 900 other different pinball games. Now, I was never great at pinball, okay, but I enjoy it. And now that Pinball FX is out, and I've got the old arcade stick, I'm going to tell you something. I am enjoying it even more. And it's kind of changed the way I kind of thought about things, or thinking about things. You know, and I've got a whole video that I'm making about that. But you know, the thing was, one of the games I did not like because it gave me fits to begin with was Knight Rider. Okay, and my friend set a score of 42 million. Now, don't get me wrong; these were not good or great, but we have this thing, and the best thing about Pinball FX VR is that it has a friends list. So, you know, yeah, some guy's got 62 billion points, and he sits there and he plays the thing until, you know, he can't breathe anymore, okay? But for us, we shoot to beat each other and make sure that we have the high scores on all the machines, okay? So he put up a number of 42 million, and my number is at 37 million. Okay, so I've been trying to beat this damn score. Now, I guess there's a way that things are programmed and the way things go and stuff. I will tell you this, okay? I even though I've been sick, I put that stupid headset on, and the worst thing that you could ever do is try to play virtual anything with a headset on your face when your nasal passages are like, you know, full, because it feels like you've got a brick on your head. And last night I was on a run, and that damn game, I got up to, I was at 32, I got up to 37. I was so close. I had one ball left, and I blew it. That stupid Goliath, okay? The thing progresses. You go Goliath, and I don't understand how a lot of that works, but I'm starting to figure it out a little bit. And I really feel bad for leaving that game off the list. So, at some point, when they release more pinball games, I'm going to redo that list. And I think you'd be shocked at some of the games. Like Addams Family. I hate the Addams Family. I was never a big Addams Family. I never liked the show that much. And the pinball game, for me, it's good. But again, he set a mark. One of the other guys set a mark at 80 million, and I had 60 million. So now I'm obsessed with trying. Well, if I got 60, I should be able to get 80, right? 81. And sure enough, I've been struggling with that one too. It's so much that I've been staying away from my favorite game, which is USA Soccer. Figure that one out. All right, let's run this down real quick. Again, if you want to, and I see there's some comments. I'll read them in a minute. I'll take my glasses off so I can see. Lot number 1, the Undaunted and Combat Commander. Matt, you still got that at 150. That's a great deal. Lot number 2, WizKids Terrain. There's got to be $1,000 worth of terrain in there. That right now is at 125. Lingard has that, I believe. Lot number 3, Command and Colors Medieval. Tim, you have that? No, I don't believe that has any bids. No, that has no bids. Command and Colors. Hold on. Oh, I don't have my phone with me. I don't believe that. I may be wrong on that one, but Command and Colors, I do not believe has any bids on it right now. If it does, it's Tim at 120. That's I wrote him because somebody had outbid him, and then he did not write back, and then this other person said that they can't bid, and I didn't get back to him. So right now I'm going to say there's no bids on it. So Lot 3, Command and Colors and Medieval Command and Colors, that big huge box full of games, that is well worth about $400 or $500 is at $120. Lot number 4, Descent Legends of the Dark 1 and Descent Legends of the Dark Volume 2 has no bids on it. Lot number 5, Aeronautica and Dystopia, that big huge box of glory, is at $200, my boy Phoenix. Lot number 6, Madara with all the stuff in it. I know my boy Phoenix won't let me down. That's at $150. Still low, but hey, my boy will get it. The airbrush lot number 7 with all the paints. The 2 airbrushes and 1 for parts. And then I found some other things that I'm throwing in there, some chemicals and stuff like that. That is at $350. The guy decided, always tells me not to say his name. Lot number 8, Legends of Andor, that whole lot of stuff. Wildlands, which I painted. Judge Dredd, which I painted. That has no bids. Lot number 9, Massive Darkness, Metal Gear Solid. That is at $180, my boy Casey. Lot number 10, Phoenix at $280. He just put that in today. I didn't get to tell the other guy yet, but I will. Lot number 11, guy decided to be unnamed. It's Name Your Own Lot. That is at $300, and you know I'm going to load that thing up. Not now. Lot number 12, another one. Name what you want in the box, what type of games you want in the box. That is Legrand at $175. I usually load it up to about $500, or maybe a little bit more. So make sure that you take a look at that one. Okay, that one's only at $175. So again, we'll run through this a little farther. All right, let me take off the glass. Papa Brad's Gaming. Hello, Rob. Well, hello. Sorry you are not feeling well. No, I'm not. I'm feeling a lot better than I did the other day. When you are feeling better, drop some scores on our iScore leaderboards. You can use Pinball FX VR. I scored. Boy, I can't see that. Yeah, on our iScored leaderboards. How do you do that, my man? Now I'm curious, because we've got a group of about 5 guys. Now, the guys the amazing thing about that game, and just to talk about that game a little quicker, the people that play it virtually are interested in playing real life pinball, and the people that play real life pinball have come in and started playing virtually. So it's been a real interesting thing. Like, I'm really interested in seeing the Dungeons and Dragons one. I heard there was a Godzilla. You all know that's my boy. So, you know, we don't have to go too much farther with that. You know, he's like a superhero to me. We have links and QR codes. Oh, okay, bro. Cool. I'll be interested in that. And what we you can use your phone. Oh, okay. I'm really bad with technology, believe it or not. It's pretty sad. He says it's super easy, so okay. If my boy says it's easy, then it's easy. The thing, the thing is that as this, we're going to be covering a lot of retro stuff. We're covering a lot of the VR stuff, which I've been interested in. I just got through doing a review on the Mac Stick. If you didn't see that, go check that out. That was yesterday. So, a lot of things where I'm kind of, the best way to put it is, this has been a channel that I've always just kind of did what I felt like doing, and I've been very comfortable with that. Primarily a lot of board games and stuff like that. But, I've also, my whole life, I was around, with the early, those pinballs from the late 60s and 70s. But I was also around you know, when all those pinball games were there, and then all of a sudden in the middle somebody stuck a Pong game, and people lost their shit, plain and simple. Okay, and then it was Space Invaders. Okay, and then Pac-Man, and I've gotten to age through the whole video game age, where they thought it was going to tear people's minds out, and it was the devil's work, and this, that, and all the other happy stuff that we went through. We're brainwashing children. We're wiping their mind. Some of the people that have come out of video game backgrounds have had some of the most successful lives. Okay? You know what the real problem is that they set you up and they turn it into the internet and the phone. Because that's the thing that really screwed everything up. Okay? When you went to an arcade and you had a bad opinion about somebody or something, you had to say it to them. Okay? Okay? Or if you wanted to take somebody on and you thought they sucked at Dragon's Lair, well, you put your quarter right there, okay? Because they had a little lip there where you put your quarter there, and you were next, okay? And you got to prove yourself. And if you wanted to run your mouth, well, guess what? What the problem is online gaming came, okay? Not video gaming, online gaming. Think about that, okay? Online gaming. Because what were people able to do? Okay, they were able to play with anybody in the world. The world got real small. World got real small, real quick. And you could say anything you want. Okay, you could do anything you want. You get these kids in here. I was playing video poker on VR. Some of these kids are very well mannered, but a majority of them, it's N-word, all in when they're playing poker. Okay, I don't get you. And it's the same pattern. It's the same thing from every single one of them. It's racism because they can hide behind their keyboard and say it. It is just being cruel to people and trying to ruin people's days, and just when some people just want to go in, especially a game like poker, and it's fake money. You want to sit back. You want to play a few hands of poker. Have some fun. Maybe win some money. Maybe lose some money. But what you want to do is get away from the world. Okay? And some of these people just can't get out of their basements and live. Some of the things I love are things that you stay inside and play. But I also like to get outside too. You have to be well-rounded. You have to enjoy life. Your hobbies define who you are, okay? And how you handle your hobbies define who you are. Let's read some more stuff. Oh, my boy, Papa is just dropping some elbows. We do a weekly show without games and leaderboards for the week. Without games and leaderboards. Oh, that's cool. Pinball and arcade gaming. We are playing the arcade game Elevator Action as well. That was such a great game. That was such a freaking great game. You have a great channel. Well, thank you, brother. I've been watching some of your videos. I really appreciate that. We lived through the golden age of arcades. I really feel blessed that I did. He says that will never happen again. I believe it. But Bazooka Joe, what's up, my bro? Hey, Rob, Gauntlet was another arcade game where people lost their minds. Oh, God, they lost their minds. Let me tell you something, okay? And this is how much Gauntlet meant to me, okay? First of all, you're dying the whole time, okay? The minute you put your quarter in, the minute you move, you are dying, okay? And the funny thing about that game was that you would just get pounded, and it was a quarter swallower. But the reason I loved it wasn't until the Xbox. I had a 4-year-old daughter. No, she was 5, 4 or 5. Okay, my son was, I want to say 13 at the time. My other daughter was 14 at the time, or 10 and 14, somewhere in there, and then myself. Okay, and I had the original Xbox, and we got Gauntlet Dark Legacy, and we all 4 were able to play at the same time, and we played the hell out of that game. We would protect they would protect their sister so she wouldn't get killed, and of course I was the tank, and we were going through. But when we killed the major boss, all you saw was this little figure running around grabbing all the gold and all the potions, and we're like, what are you grabbing all the experience? Mimi, you can't do that. You know, she's 5 years old. She's just like, you guys kill, you know, she figured it out real early. You kill it, I'll get all the experience. She was level 99 and we were like level 80, and we're like, how is this even possible? But we would play that game and play that game. We beat the whole game. And it's just something that stays here, you know? And that's one of the things that really, you know, stick with you. And it's kind of funny because my daughter, who is now 30, came up and she goes, hey Dad, I see you have that emulator thing and everything like that. Can you play Dark Legacy? Sure enough, some 30 years later we're playing Dark Legacy, and she's still doing the same shit. Okay, she's grabbing everything, you know, while I'm killing everything. Things don't change. Things don't change. All right, let's see. That will never happen again with our games. No, I agree. We have a great group of players. Retro gamers and pinball wizards. I wish I was a pinball wizard. Boy, that stuff. Remember Death in Gauntlet? He would follow you everywhere. Yeah, and then if he touched you, he just sucked the life out of you, and you are throwing quarters in there like a mother. I did enjoy my hobby till my ex turned it into a weapon against me when she left. Bro. They can never turn it into a weapon against you. She turned it into a weapon against you when she left. Oh, did she blame it on you? Oh, well, you know, your hobbies. You want to know something? It really did. Glowing Turtle, my man. What's up, my dog? Here's the thing. Okay? Never get mind-effed, okay, by anybody, okay? If you enjoy something and you break your ass, okay, and you put food on that table, don't let anybody... I watched some of these videos where the woman runs out, she cheats on the guy, right? And then he catches her, okay? And then she tries to turn around, okay? That's messing with the wheels, okay? We got enough to deal with. Warrior shoots the food. Yeah, that's great. And I love the voice. I tell you, if I had that voice on this channel have 175,000 people, because that's all I'd be doing. Warrior is low on life. You know. Wizard needs food badly. And then, you know, here you are, your best friend. Dink. Okay, I got more life. It's kind of funny because we're all in a really weird time right now. Okay. Oh, Papa, thank you. Thanks for the stream. Stay legit. Well, thank you, my brother. I appreciate that. You do that live thing tonight, don't you? I don't know if I can make it tonight, but do you have time? I mean, can I come next week? I'd really like to come next week if it's possible. You know, just until this is all cleared out. I mean, I'm able to talk, but after this, I'll be spent for a while. LOL. Played lots of Gauntlet. But I'd like to come on your show. It'd be kind of interesting. You know, and please don't take any offense to this, but my friend Pete, who runs Cool Mini or Not Miniatures, he watches you pretty faithfully, and he said, oh, hey, you know, Rob, that'd be cool if you go on there. I go, yeah, you know, I'd be happy to go on there. Come on next week. That'd be great. And he said, I'll watch. I'll be in the chat. And I'll tell a bunch of other people. We'll all watch. And I said, all right, okay. So, that'd be kind of fun because, as you can see, I can talk a little bit. So, forgive me if I run my mouth too much. There's a sad video on YouTube of an Asian guy who comes home to find his wife and mother-in-law have destroyed his action figures because they think he is wasting his money and time on them. I plan the shows out. I think you have some great takes on retrogaming. Yeah, and you want to know something? I'm going to save them for your show because I've got a lot of things to say. As a matter of fact, I had to hold myself back because I know he said that you're the pinball guy to go to, and he really, really, really admires your show, my friend Pete. And I said, oh yeah, okay, I'll be more than happy to. You are genuine. It comes through in your videos. Oh, thank you so much. Well, I try to just be myself. I try not to be an infomercial. I mean, that's the worst thing that you can do. You try to speak from your heart, and and I think I've said this quite. I'm a horrible typer, so good thing I'm not typing to you. The one thing that I always found, and we all have our tough. Thank you, Glowing Turtle. Thank you for the donation. I really appreciate it. Is that you know what? You guys get Godzillas. What am I talking about? You have a chance of winning every time somebody donates. They get a Godzilla. We're going to get to the subject that we were going to talk about, and we will continue with the auction. So stay with us. If you haven't seen it, we did the rundown. All right, let me put this one in here. Now, there's one that's marked in here, and if I pull it out, you win a Kickstarter. Okay, that I have put aside. No, but let's see if you get the Godzilla music because my man, that's where it's at. That's a badge of honor if you get the Godzilla music. That lizard's tough, Papa. That lizard's tough. Come on, Glowing Turtle. Let's see if you can do it, my man. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. For Glowing Turtle. There was no mark on the coin. Godzilla approves. All right. Glowing Turtle got some love from the Big G. All right, we'll just leave him over here, just in case. It's been a while since we've taken him out. That's the one pinball game I really want to get, and I want to get it, the fully loaded one. I heard you got to get the one that knocks the building down, and I heard it's like 10 grand, but it'll be worth it. Well, when I redesigned this, the way I'm thinking is one side I'm going to have for the board gaming, and then I'm going to have some arcade stuff out here, and I'm going to be able to do multi-shooting, which I think would be kind of cool. Why tie yourself to one thing? Are you familiar with the Universe Godzilla deck building game? I heard something about it. I did not. I don't know if I heard it was something was coming about it, and I have a friend that I'm going to do what I can. Let me go back up here. If it is not full of typos, it's probably not the true Papa Brad. That's the way I feel. Sorry for the lousy Canadian currency. I'm Canadian. It's no big deal. You're just a human being and a brother. Hey Rob, hope you're well. I plan on bidding on a lot or two, just waiting for an insurance check. All right, Jonathan, that's cool. Jonathan, even if you had a bid, you know you and I are very tight, and if you had to wait to pay it, don't worry, I would send it to you anyways. You know how it is. You know you're one of my boys. Shannon, what's up? How's it going? He says. Oh, pretty good. Hugs and kisses, Godzilla. Bazooka Joe. Okay, we answered that. Yeah, no, I got to check into that Godzilla game for sure. I like to be well diverse. You know, I like to use my mind, but man, I'll tell you something. There are some video games that I will sit there and I will play until my fingers bleed. One of them is Crossbow. Crossbow, and thank God for that tank stick. I can finally play it with a rollerball, like I used to. I love that stupid game. It may be the stupidest game on the planet from 1980 whatever, but my God, I poured more quarters than you can ever imagine trying to figure out that pattern. And once I got it, I didn't care. I just wanted to keep playing until I couldn't see. And I'd play again and again and again and again. Just one of those games I really, really love. And I always liked the weirdo games. You know, and I guess I always liked being different, you know. Even with board games, you know, for a while there, it wasn't as popular as it is. And with, you know, some of the stuff that's being pulled now, and I can see through some of it. Some people have stuff that are already in their warehouses, and because of this tariff thing, because they're a business, they see an opportunity. That's why some of these companies stay in business. Well, they're jacking up the prices on stuff. And you're thinking to yourself, okay, that didn't affect you at all. And, you know, this could really be catastrophic for a hobby, but good in a lot of ways for economies and families and things like that. You know, I don't understand it, and I'm not political, and I don't give two political craps about anything. All I care about is what's going on and how I can do to make it a little bit easier. Okay, and that's one of the points of this channel. Like I said, you know, I had a very tough upbringing, and being able to talk to people and express how I feel and things like that, you know, and have friends, and a lot of people I recognize, Glowing Turtle Jonathan, you know, now Papa's in the group here, you know, and people that are always coming in. Shannon, we can't forget you. I hate when I miss names, but you know, it becomes personal. It's like you're talking to your friends, and you're able to express yourself and talk about things, and you know, not worry about things. And sometimes it's very therapeutic, you know. You know, I keep to myself in real life, you know, for the most part. You know, except when I'm at the gym playing racquetball, but even then I kind of keep to myself, because, you know, there are so many different personalities, you know, and sometimes, you know, you never want to offend anybody. You know, you get these the guys that think they're alphas think. And, you know, it does, you know, like, you know, I'm in my late 60s. I really don't want to do this King Kong shit, okay? I really don't, okay? Because number one, you ain't gonna win. Number two, I don't have the energy for it, and I just want to enjoy playing some rec ball. And sometimes, you know, some people can't get rid of that competitive edge and this, that, and the other. I mean, you could be competitive, but you don't have to be disrespectful, I think. And I was never competitive playing board games. I enjoy playing. I enjoy winning like everybody else. I enjoy playing video games and winning. But it's about the experience. It's about, you know, so forth and so on. I was great at Blood Bowl. Okay, love Blood Bowl. Love it on the computer. Love it on, you know, love the video game, PSP, whatever. Whenever you put Blood Bowl on, I will play it. I have everything for it. I have every single copy of it from its initial release. Okay, I was great at it. Okay, but I never rubbed it in anybody's eyes. If I lost, I thought it was funny. If one of my favorite guys died, okay, that I spent, you know, 5 or 6 years, you know, maturing, and then, you know, somebody rolls a double 12, and here's a guy that, you know, is the core of my team. Oh, that hurt. It hurt. Yeah, it hurt. But how do you come back from that? And that's part of the fun of the game. How do you develop that player, get a player, and find a guy that is going to anchor your team? Okay, he's going to be that player. Okay, you And that's the fun of the game, the unexpected twist that is going to happen, possibly. Okay, and I just enjoy. A lot of times, stuff bad would happen, and somebody would cheer, and I would laugh. I would think it was the funniest thing, especially if it happened to me. Where some people, I've been to conventions where something bad would happen during a game, they would just, I'm leaving. And they would get up and leave the table. And you're like, okay, yeah, you know what? This is why I play solo games. A lot of times. This is why I play video games. A lot, You got to find the right person with the right mentality and that understands these are games. Okay? These are made to get you away from a very tough world. And I don't care if you were born in the 1900s or you were born in 2010. Okay? The world is tough. The world is brutal. Okay? All right? And we all need to live. Okay? We work to take care of our bills so we can live our lives and enjoy our lives. You don't want work to become, I work just so I can survive. Okay? So that's why I try to change things up. We're talking about a lot of print and play stuff. I've been sharpening the old skills with a lot of old favorites. Yeah, that's right, Glowing Turtle. This is an old favorite. And I can't wait to get the hardcover edition of this bad boy. But, and some of the other stuff that I have that are print and play. And show you that, hey, it doesn't take much. All you need is a pencil, some dice, and, maybe just get away from your grandkids, your kids. Your wife had a bad day at the office, or the kids were maniacs at school, and just get away, take a breather, okay? Take a L or take a W, okay? And then go back in with a clear mind and say, that was fun. How many times have you guys, okay, let me catch up with some of these comments real quick. Shannon said, how's it going? Okay, I got that one. Thanks, brother. That's what he said. I recently got my wife a Nintendo Switch, and she's currently obsessed with Animal Crossing. Great game. My daughter loves that game, and we would play together. Sent a couple of bids out. Thank you, Shannon. I appreciate that, my brother. Glowing Turtle, you are the first channel to have a video discussing the tariff situation without being negative or critical. Well, I mean, how can you if none of us understand? And here's the thing that gets me, and I'm going to go into this in a minute. Let me just finish this. In regards to board games, that is. Okay. Papa Brad, a true champion can take an L as well as a win. Yep, that's what it's all about. You have your good days, you have your bad days. Hey, you know something? I'm a champion power lifter, okay? Even for my age, okay? There's not many people that can bench over 500 pounds, okay, at my age, okay? And you want to know something? Some days I just don't have it. Some days I can't get it off the bar, okay? I know I can do it. I hold records, okay? But there are just days in our lives when we are just not there. We got to take the L every once in a while. Because if every day was easy and we took a W, okay, all right? What does winning mean if you never lose? What does losing mean if you never win? I mean, if all you do is win. They don't make sense. It's like good and evil, okay? You can't have good without evil. You can't have evil without good because you can't judge either side of the fence. You've got to have both. You've got to have balance. You are going to take L's in life. How do you come back from that? Well, you're always trying to get the win. But wins are elusive at times. That's what makes life so beautiful. The W's, the L's, the good, the bad. Okay? The peaks, the valleys. All these things build a life. They make who we all are. Okay? And nowadays, with phones and stuff like that, and And people don't know how to take an L, and people don't know how to come together and just say, you know something, I'm really not good at this, but man, I just going to enjoy myself, even though I'm not good at something. Okay? Or, you know, you look at it, you know, and I don't like talking politics. If somebody disagrees with you, why don't you listen to what they have to say? Why are they so passionate about what they believe in? There's got to be something there, okay? Maybe you can take something and learn something from it. And then maybe get your point across as well. Maybe you both learn something from it and come together and close this massive gap that we have as human beings and come together as people. If we can do this, can you imagine the wonderful things that we can do as human beings? Maybe we start caring about people. Not making it about this, that, and the other. Not defining people by what they are. But we're all humans. Okay, some of us, you know, don't have 10 toes and 10 fingers. Okay? We're different. Each one is different. In so many different ways. My hat just looks crazy on me today. I don't know why. Alright, we're just gonna go back. I'm losing my mind today. But if we can treat each other with respect and look at each other as human beings first, imagine the things that we can do. Imagine what humanity could be. What a shame. What a shame. But I think that's what a lot of people want to do, is keep people separated, keep people divided. Okay? It's the easiest way to control them sometimes. Some of the greatest minds of our time, and I think I said this the other day in one of our morning walks, you know, the Harlan Ellisons, the Rod Serlings, okay, you know, all these fantastic writers, not the Stephen Kings, who are just out of their freaking minds and stupid, okay. These were guys that cared more about humanity as a whole, okay, and how people treated each other than some political thingamabobber. Okay, well, you don't agree with me, so I'm right and you're all idiots. Because I could write books. Okay. Look at some of the stories from the past and see how they're unfolding now. Some of these stories that have been written. Soylent Green. We're running out of food. We have too many people. What's next? Okay? You know? The way we go at each other, the way we're destroying each other, all these things that happen, all, you know, 1984, you know, all these things, you know, all these things come, and you watch these old movies and they tell a story, and they're telling you, hey, if you don't watch out and if you don't straighten yourselves out, this is going to happen, and it's happening, and we don't learn anything from it. We don't learn anything from it. Nobody has a fresh outtake. Nobody has a mind that they can utilize. Okay? Okay, where they can say, my God, I have an idea and I want to put this on film. No, let's redo Snow White and make it a disaster. Let's do this and change it because we feel we have to change it. If you were so passionate about these things that you want to change in movies, why not make a movie of your own? Make it your own original thing. I'll watch it. Just don't mess with the things that are already there. They're there for a reason. We don't learn from history. Okay? History stays the same for a reason, because we need to learn from it. Maybe you don't agree with some of the older programs and stuff like that. I understand that. I get that. But can you learn from it and create something different instead of trying to change it? Because you can't change history. I don't get it. It's common sense things, and yet we're constantly trying to destroy each other when we should love each and every one of each other. We really should. We need to learn how to do that. Hate's easy. Hate is so easy. It's a piece of cake. Love's hard. Because love also contains forgiveness. And that means admitting, hey, I could have done a better job. My 2 cents. As far as what Glowing Turtle said, as far as the tariffs and stuff like that, I don't understand it. And I can't understand why somebody would be so passionate and come in to his office and go, we're going to do this, and I'm going to do this for a reason. What's the benefit of making yourself more hated than you already were? Okay? Is somebody getting a cut, this, that, and the other? You know, you look at some of the stuff that the prior administrations did and how crooked they were and stuff like that, and no politician is good, let's be honest. You can only hope that the idea and somebody that's trying to do something, you hope to God that they are trying to do something for the betterment and good for us all. Okay? And, you know, that it works out. Okay? If not, and it fails, well, geez, then we've got a mess on our hands. Okay? And let's hope that the next person that gets in there can do a better job. I can only hope. My real thing is the thing that I noticed, and the thing that I got a feeling is going to happen with a lot of this stuff, and that people are going to use it as an out. Well, can't fulfill that Kickstarter. I'm just going to take your $3-4 million, and I'm real sorry about that, but we can't do this, and we apologize, and this, that, and the other, and see you later. Our company folded, chapter 13, whatever, you know. I can see that happening. So it makes me a little nervous with Kickstarters and stuff like that, or game funding and things like that. There are people that you can always count on, but I know certain companies that are hoping to, you know, get their stuff out to people, and because of everything that's going on, they're kind of like, we're going to pump the brakes on this and wait this out, because we can't afford to pay the extra charges to bring the stuff in, and then we can't eat it. Because a lot of these companies are living hand in mouth. We need to pass it on to you. And right now, you know, you can't do that. Or people are going to manipulate it. They have the stuff in the warehouse already, and they're going to say, oh, because of all this stuff, we got to raise our prices. Well, you know, it's a really tough thing. Hey, while we're kind of at the halfway point, well, God, I've been 47 minutes. Let's go over these auctions one more time, another time. Email me, novaprime860@hotmail.com. Okay. Make sure you put your address. Make sure you put what lot number you want. You know, this is a perfect time to get a lot of stuff, because we don't know what's going to happen. You can get it at a good price. Okay. You pay shipping, of course, but we use Pirate Ship, and they've been doing fantastic by us, and doing a great job and getting stuff to you quickly. Usually, if I get it out on Monday, you have it before the end of the week, which is really pretty good. Lot number 1, Undaunted Combat Commander, Matt 150. Lot number 2, WizKids Terrain for the Dungeons, probably about easy, Bella. She's upset over this price. We got that at $125. Legrand has that at common at $125, I believe. Lot number 3, Command and Colors Medieval, and Command and Colors Napoleonic. That is no bids on that. We have Descent, Volume 1, Descent, Volume 2, together, and lot number 4 has no bids on it. Let me let this dog in here. Hold on. I never said this was professional. Hold on, Gab. Let me get your sister out here. Ugh. Come on, girl. Come on. Come on, come on. You can't be barking. You can't be barking like that. Come on, watch out. Watch out. I'm coming. All right, everybody. Everybody, gotta chill out. Chill out. Oh, I'm talking so much, my voice is starting to go on me. I'm gonna try to swallow down this Dr. Pepper. I'm really sorry about that. But when they get separated, they get ticked off at each other and start barking. So she just realized that she was out here with me instead of being right there. Why don't you lay down, girl? Okay, lot number 5, Aeronautica. A ton of stuff. The game, expansions, cards, everything, maps, painted, and Dystopia Wars, a bunch of different sets. Some of them are painted. Phoenix has that at 200. Madara, the entire game is painted. That is at 150. The airbrush lot with all kinds of stuff, that is at 350, unnamed. Lot number 8, Legends of Andor, Wildlands, Judge Dredd, an expansion. Most of it is painted. Lot number 8 has no bids on it. Lot number 9, Massive Darkness, Metal Gear. Massive Darkness is painted. Okay, it also comes with a map set. The brand new Metal Gear Solid that just came out. That is Casey. He has that at 180. Lot number 10, which is a very big game that is going into a mystery box. Phoenix has that at 280. Lot number 11, my man who gets to pick, lot number 11 and lot number 12, you get to pick the type of game that you want in there. So if you like dungeon crawlers, I'll put all dungeon crawlers in there. If you like war games, I'll fill it with war games. Okay, lot number 11 at 300 and lot number 12 at 175. Oof, that's a lot of talking. Oh, Zeblik wants a Godzilla. All right, let's see if we can do this. All right, let's pull out the magical coin. I got one here. Oh, this will go. No. Nope. Sorry, somebody's going to win that. There's over 800 coins in there, and there's only one mark. All right, let's see if he gets it. Oh, my dog. No. I'm sorry, my brother. I'm sorry. And make sure that you guys next Friday we'll promote it even more. I'm going to be on the Papa Brad's Game channel. He does a live show every 8 o'clock and talks about retro video games and pinball games. We will be on there next week in I believe a roundtable. As a matter of fact, Pete was pretty excited that we got the offer to go on there. So we'll be talking all about some really great stuff. And you guys know I'll talk. I'll talk for a couple hours. Easy. Someday he will be happy. Oh, hold on. Yeah, someday that Godzilla, he gives my man Zeblik a tough time. I just don't know why. Okay, let me catch up with this. Okay, I said that in regards to board gaming. That is True Champion. Thank you, Papa. Shannon, I have had a Kickstarter message from a company saying that they are laying off core staff due to the tariffs. The strange thing is that they are still in design stage. So basically they're setting you up for a left hook, okay? And this is the stuff I'm talking to you about. Hey Rob, good to see you live this afternoon. Thank you, Matthew. Jason, Wayne, sorry. I have most of those commanding colors. You don't have to apologize, my brother. It's all right. Glowing Turtle says hi to Zeblik. Brandon Phoenix, someday he will be happy, meaning Godzilla is a miserable son of a bitch. Papa Brad. Oh, he retracted what he said. Speaking of doing God's work on Good Friday. Speaking of doing God's work on a Friday. I'm going to get to you, Zeblik. Hold on. And Matthew. But Little Monk's in the house. And when you have Little Monk in the house, you want to talk about the king of print and play. You want to talk about the king of resurrecting a game that is 30 years old. You want to talk about a guy that gets it, okay? That when we start our thing in May, okay, is going to be highlighted. Some of his fantastic work, along with Glowing Turtle, of course. Let me take a sip because I'm dying here. Oh, God, that's awful. We're talking only about one man. We're talking about Little Monk, the king of Warhammer Quest. Everybody, please stand. As a matter of fact, I'm going to stand up for him. Take my hat off, put it on my heart, just say, little monk, you are the best. And I can't wait for your Chaos campaign. Haven't been this excited since the birth of a child. Thank you. Okay. All right, let's get back to it. Boy, that's an intro, huh? That's an intro. Okay. Can someone put the channel for next Friday in the chat? When he sends me the link, it's called Papa Brad's Gaming. So go over there, subscribe, be a part of the movement, bro. Help my man out. Go over there. I'm going to be on there next Friday. I would do it this Friday, but I'm going to blow out my throat. I really am. And I'm having a tough time. Because I'm still not feeling 100%. Or else I would have gone on there tonight. I really would have liked to go on there tonight. I was pretty excited about it, but I didn't think I was going to bounce back. And sure enough, I knew I had to do this today. I was going to try to do it yesterday. I had no voice yesterday. If I was able to do this yesterday, I would have gone his show today. But I can't do both. Here it comes. I can't do both. So, my man Zeblik wants another shot at the Godzilla. Let's see if we can get this here. All right, here we go, bro. Here we go. All right, Zeblik. You didn't get the Kickstarter. I checked the coin. But you did get the music, so your life should be good now, man. All right. I will be putting together a good panel for you to be a part of for sure. Oh, that's cool. Really cool. You know, Papa Brad, I'm pretty outspoken. But there are some guys in this industry, meaning the retro thing, that are a lot of shills, okay? That are doing, I wanted to check out your channel, and I think you're doing great work. I don't think you're a shill. I really don't. And I really like, the quality of the videos, better than I can ever do. But there are certain people that are taking things and doing infomercials. And I think that's where that really hurts this industry, is that, when we're talking about retro gaming, trying to get the interest of somebody, get them away from a Call of Duty. Not that Call of Duty has a problem. It's okay, Gab. I get it. I know. We're talking Call of Duty. When you have a Call of Duty and you're trying to show them something, a game like, let me throw something off my head here. A front line. Where the guy's going, and you got the little thing, and you're shooting all these guys. Or Akari Warriors. Or Contra. Okay? It's really, how do you take them from there and get them here? Okay? The problem is that you have these guys that are shilling, okay, for some of these things, and they're garbage. Okay? They're not good emulators. They're not this, that, and the other, but because they got it free, it's the same thing with board games. You have the same type of problem. And I wonder how you deal with this, is that you bring these guys over. I mean, you finally get these guys to look at it, and they go, wow, this emulator's crap, and the buttons don't match up, and I can't play half the games on it. But, you get some guy out there that because he got it free, he's shilling. And there have been things that are out there that have happened to me recently, especially with the Arcade X. When I got that Arcade Ranger, oh yeah, multiplayer works. One guy even said it. The developer says, when we finally got, I paid the $500, brought the thing in, got it, put the Arcade Ranger on, and I go, okay, we're ready to go. I got all the ROMs, figured out how to do that, and you can't do multiplayer. Oh, multiplayer isn't ready yet. You got people out there that are telling you, and they didn't even play the damn thing. And it drives me up up a wall. It really does. And it's so important to be that. Listen, it's okay to say, hey, I got this from, like I got the Mac stick from Arcade X. After I kind of trashed a few things, and they said, hey, give us a second chance here. And I said, oh yeah, sure, okay, fine. And I said, I really like this. A couple little things here and there, but I'm honest. Well, a whole bunch of my friends went out and bought the thing because I was honest about it. Because I told them what the weaknesses were. Can you get past the weaknesses? Yeah, sure. Okay. Well, here's the real strengths. And those outshined a lot of things. All somebody had to say is, some Arcade Ranger is not ready yet. It's nowhere near ready. Okay? But you want to bring this stick in, okay? Because Pinball's coming. Because it's great on Pinball. Holy shite. Is it great on Pinball. Okay? And I've been just playing with the joysticks because I haven't wanted to move the thing over. And I'm doing okay. And I'm starting to get the patterns down a little bit. Now, when I put my Arcade X VR stick on that, oh, you watch. You watch what happens. I might get maybe 10,000 more somewhere. Probably do worse because I'm starting to talk shit. Okay, let me read some of these things. Brandon Phoenix, my boy, said, Happy Easter. Well, Happy Easter to you, my brother. All praise at Glowing Turtle. Ken is awesome. Of course he is. Hal, right back at you, pal. Zevlik. Oh, no, ha. Right back at you, Zevlik. Matthew, hey, at Little Monk. Thanks for all you do. See, he's getting some love. Haha, it is an honor, Rob. By the way, April 22nd is Warhammer Quest Day. Is that an official day? You're gonna have to explain that one, my brother. Oh, now I'm curious. Hi, Rob. Are you still designing a game? Nah, I don't think I'm smart enough. I think I just want to play stuff, show you guys stuff, have some fun, and take things to the next level where we kind of encompass a lot of things. Some board games, some video games, some VR stuff. A lot of stuff. I want to do a lot of things, and I want to broaden everybody's kind of picture here. Zeblik, of course, being the master of all things, put in Brad's YouTube site, so go there, give it a subscribe. Right now there's like 25 or so of you. We've had 142 people in here. Listen, that's 142 people that should be signing up for my man's site. Get over there. Do it. Let's push them over the top. Okay. All right. Okay, we did that. Jason, can't recall whom you were working with. Herman Lutman. Herman's been busy with a couple projects, and he said that at the end of this year we would pay more attention to it. So we might revisit it. We may not. Let's see what happens. Sweet music, says the Zeblik. Thanks, Zeblik, says Matthew. Glowing Turtle, Zeblik. Mind giving me your email address so I'll send you a copy of the adventure. Look at this. Way to go, Glowing Turtle. Wait till you play this game, too. What a blast. Wait till you see our live play. I've taped a bunch of plays of it. I think you'll really enjoy it. Papa says, X Arcade and AT Games are the only companies I work with. I always disclose properly. That's how you do it, my brother. That's the way you do it. That's the way you do it. AT Games, they take good care of you? Because I was looking at them. I was going to send them a message, but I don't like bothering anybody. I really don't. Sent Zebek. Papa, they are hands off on my videos. They see them when my viewers do. That's the way I do it. Oh, Little Monk says 30-year anniversary. Warhammer Quest was released on April 22nd, 1995. GW called it Warhammer Quest Day. Do you think that they have something up their sleeves? Because the last 3 Warhammer Quests have been junk. Boy, I would be really, that would be something if they reprinted it. I don't know. I mean, they got the models out. It's one of the best dungeon crawls all time. One of the best dungeon. It is the best dungeon crawl of all time. Plain and simple. Thank you, little monk dropping knowledge like like it's nothing. Just making me look silly. Okay, I'm the one with the board game channel, video game channel. I think I should just sign over the rights of this entire channel over to Little Monk and just call it Little Monk's channel. I should at this point. Oh God. This is when it starts to catch up with me, but I think I can fight through another 10 minutes. Because the voice is starting to go. And it won't be back till tomorrow morning. Because I gotta save my strength, guys. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because every once in a while, especially on the weekend, the wife tries pushing me around a little bit. Yeah, that's right. The queen. Alright? The queen of the known universe decides to get a little edgy and tries to get me to do things that I don't want to do. Maybe power wash something. Well, if I'm not doing power wash in VR, if I'm doing power washing in VR, why would I want to do it for real? Okay? Give me my piece. Let me clean my truck. Let me clean the boat. Let me clean, that building downtown, the carousel, and stuff like that. Don't try to get me to, Don't try to get me to power wash in real life. I'm not good at that. I don't know how to do that, but I know how to power wash in VR, of course. Okay? I understand how that works. And she might get a little chippy. I've got to have my voice to fight back. I've got to have my voice. And if I blow this thing out, I'm just standing there. I'm taking her on the jaw. I'm looking like Glass Joe in Punch-Out. That ain't cool. I really need to look at Papa Brad's gaming. My Raspberry Pi is okay, but I want more and better. Well, there you go, bro. This is the guy to go see. And he's going to point you in the right direction. He's going to get you on the right path. Okay, why? Because we bros now. Okay, and you ain't going to hurt any of my peoples. All right, you guys go over there. You hit that subscribe button. You get some loyalty. All right, give him a chance. Let him put on the show for you. Let him be strong. Okay, and you see what I see. You see what Pete sees. A lot of you know Pete. You guys dealt with customer service over at CMON. Okay, so you know what's up. Okay, Pete's a great guy. Go with it. All right. But next week I'll be on that show. So make sure you subscribe so you get that alert. Make sure you hit the little bell thing. That tells you when it's on. Okay? Because next Friday, the human highlight reel will be on there. Okay? And hey, I'll call it as I see it. You know how I am. I need a better C64 emulator. Well, Zeblik, I went and I got, to be honest with you, and I love the C64. But the greatest game on the C64 was, oh God, I want to make sure I get the name of it right. Prometheus. It was the one with the alien that was on the ship, and you had different endings, and it had it was ahead of its time. This game was badass. Well, I went and I got one of those. They started coming out with the minis and stuff like that, but they actually came out with a C64 that was real size. And I had gotten, oh God, my voice, SD card with everything for the C64 on it, so it would run properly on there. I just put it into the SD card slot, and I could play C64 until my head blows up. Bruce Lee was a badass game too. I forgot about that one. That was a good one. My favorite is the Amiga. Oh God, I love the Amiga. We all know. Brad doesn't know it, but I'll tell the story here. I'll tell the story one more time for those of you that may not have heard the story, and we'll tell it for Brad. Dungeon Master is one of the greatest dungeon crawlers ever made. If it wasn't for Dungeon Master, you wouldn't have Eye of the Beholder, Ultima Underworld, and you know, some of those other games. I had the Amiga, okay, and I'm switching discs, and I had this book, and if I could find this cheat book, I would love to find this cheat book, but it had all the maps, and you were able to kind of draw on everything and kind of know where you were and figure everything out, right? And it had a bunch of other stuff. It had Maniac Mansion and stuff like that. I can never find the book again, and I don't even remember the name of the book. So I'm playing it. I get down. It was about midnight on a Sunday night. I get down to level 12. I finish level 12, and I'm ready to go down to that 13th level, fight the wizard, the dragon who turns into a wizard, and throw down. Okay? So I'm all set and ready to do that. Hey, guys. Just give me a couple of roast beef sandwiches. It's fine. Arby's is fine. Thank you.
Yep.
You're welcome. Project Prometheus. So I'm all set. I put the save disk in. Hit save. Take it out. Put it up. And I go, tomorrow's the day. When I get home from work, I'm going to finish this game that I have spent... I think I spent like a month and a half on. Okay? All I'm thinking about all day is that game. Got my warrior all jacked up. Got my, you know, who was the furry guy? The furry guy. Oh God, how can I forget his name? He was like my favorite guy. I had the barbarian, Gru or whatever the heck his name was. I had the archer, and then I had this little wizard. Okay, and I would just every 5 steps I would throw fireballs, keep blowing them up. Get there, get home, took my time, took a shower, ate dinner, made sure everything was done, sat down, turned on my Amiga, and that beautiful music came on. Okay, excited as can be. Put my save disk in. I go, okay, let's go. Opened up my book, got all my charts, put on, made sure I had my pencil sharpened, my eraser ready. I hit load. Corrupt file. What? Hit it again. Took it out, checked it. Okay, it looks good. Put it back in there. My file's gone. Okay? File's gone. I was so heartbroken. Okay? I just shut off the computer, walked away. Went back a few hours later. Maybe I did something wrong. No, tried it again. Nope. Never finished the game. Never finished the game. I can never start it up again because of how much pain that caught me. Alright? I started up on the Super Nintendo, played a little bit with my son. Never went back to it because I didn't have my maps and stuff like that. And I just had such a sick feeling. But before I die, I am going to finish that game. And I have that on my mini Amiga, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. I just couldn't believe, after all that work. All that work. That, used to play Pool of Radiance, which was another great game. All the Gold Box games, Hills Far. God, there were so many great games. Space Quest, King's Quest on the Tandy 1000. Oh man, that's going back, bro. That's going back. My friend had an Amiga. It's such a great machine. Graphics were next level for the time. I grew up in such a fantastic time. There was always something, advancing something, taking it to the next level. And now, you know, if you look at some of the games, we're going backwards a bit. You know, take a look at Slay the Spire. Not an overly complicated game. Balasaro, or whatever, the card game. there's nothing much to it. Okay, Vampire Survivor, the old 3D graphics. It looks like a Castlevania. Old school. We've gone back because we just don't know how to go forward. We're just rehashing things. It's like movies. We're doing the same thing. It's weird. We're in a transition time, and this is what I'm talking about. Sometimes we've got to go back. We've got to go back and find out who we are and what we are. Okay, we can't keep on paying these ridiculous prices for things. Okay, again, we have to take care of our families. We've got to pay our electric. We've got to pay our cars. Excuse me. We've got to take care of our grandkids, braces. All these other things. Okay, but there's no reason that we should shortchange ourselves in our time to be able to express ourselves and enjoy life at its fullest. Okay, and that's having hobbies. It really is. Okay. Sometimes my wife would give me a little guff. Well, you got an awful lot here. Okay, would you rather have me just be pissing in a toilet? She goes, what are you talking about? I can go hang out at a bar and go watch ball games the whole time. I can make that my hobby. Or would you rather have me here with you, learn how to, kill 15th level, whatever. She brushes off a little bit, goes in and watches her reality shows. Housewives of whatever county it may be at that time. That's her hobby. We all have our vices. We all have our things. And, one of the things that I really, really am passionate about, we're in a tough time now. When we were in COVID, hey, I did 90 days straight live playthroughs. Okay? We are in another tough time, I got a feeling, that we're headed for. And we're going to start discovering things that are affordable, that are fun, and that you can enjoy. Okay? As well as have some auctions to get rid of my excess, so, there's no reason I should be bloated like this. I want to share it with you guys. Let's run down this one more time. This will be the last time that we talk about this. I don't even know how effective this video would be because we talked about everything else besides the auction, which is fine. But to make it plain and clear, okay, lot number 1, the Undaunted series with Combat Commander series. Go check our video if you want to see the product. It was live on Monday. It went live Monday, so you can check that out. You can see the start of the auction, and it shows you everything that's in the boxes. That is at $150 right now. Lot number 2, WizKids Terrain. It is at $125. Lot number 3, Command and Colors, Napoleonics and Medieval with an expansion. It has no bids. Lot number 4, Descent, Act 1, Act 2, no bids. Aeronautica and Ditopia, that is Phoenix at $200. Madara, Phoenix at $150. That's fully painted too. That game is easily worth about $500 with all the stuff that we got in there. But my boy Phoenix, if he gets it for $150, God bless him. The airbrush lot, which is worth quite a bit. That is, compressor, paints, 3 airbrushes, a whole bunch of cleaning kits and things like that, and some containers and holders. That is at $350 right now. Lot number 8, Legends of Andor, Wildlands, Judge Dredd. Both Wildlands and Judge Dredd, I believe, are painted. That has no bids. Lot number 9, Massive Darkness. Okay, fully painted. Okay, with extra maps, as well as Metal Gear Solid, the brand new game from CMON. That is at $180. Lot number 10 is the huge, which is dedicated. There's a really big game in there that's worth about $400. That's going to be in there with a few other things. That lot, lot number 10, mystery lot, is $280 by Phoenix. Lot number 11, which is pick what theme you want. Gentleman that wants to be named does not want to be named. Has it at $300. And then lot number 12, Legrand, has another, a secondary mystery lot that you can name the theme at $175, which is still very affordable. All right, so there you go. That covers everything with the auction. The auction ends Monday at 10 a.m. Okay, you'll get an email. When you bid, please email me at novaprime860@hotmail.com. And make sure that you put in the lot, your address, okay, and what lot you're bidding and how much you're bidding, of course. If you're winning, I'll let you know. If you're losing, I'll let you know how much you're losing by. If you get outbid, I will let you know. You guys know that I'm very much in contact with you guys at all time. My voice is about to go. All right. I will be back on Sunday, Easter morning. We'll say a few things, you know, to all the good people, and say hello. We'll give you one last update on the auction. We'll make it quick because it is Easter Sunday. That's why I'm doing this today. Go check my boy out, Papa Brad Gaming. Go check him out. Oh, see, even the dog got excited about it. Go over there. He's got a live show on tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Help my brother out. Follow him. Give him a subscribe. You know, one of the good, honest guys in video retro gaming, and somebody that Pete recommended highly. I've been watching some of his stuff. He's doing fantastic work. A guy that I'm really liking a lot more and more each day, and I appreciated him popping in here and just you know, saying hi, and we'll be on the show next week. All right, so it'll be a lot of fun, and you know, like I said, you know, we'll talk about a lot of things, and you obviously know I can talk. It's been an hour and 21 minutes, and I'm still holding up somehow. And finally, again, the auction. Make sure that you bid, get your stuff, and we've just got plenty of content coming this week. You're going to see some VR games. We are actually going to be covering some old retro games that are my favorite. We're going to be doing a little series about that. We've got board games. We've got commentary. We've got, I mean, I've got almost 5,000 videos, folks, okay, in 10 years of doing this. So I must be doing something right, okay? I don't know. I make a lot of videos. You got plenty of content, and I keep on pouring it out because I have no life, I guess. I love you all. I really do. Let's see if there's... Oh, thanks. Glad I was off to watch you live. Oh, I appreciate it more than you can imagine, my friend. Take care to you as well. And everybody, if you don't get to watch on Sunday, have a very happy Easter and enjoy yourself. Hope the kids find 10,000 of those chocolate eggs. I got to stay away from them. I'm diabetic. Go figure, right? What a way to go. But love you all. Have a great evening. We will see you soon. Until next time, it's your old pal Rob saying, have a great evening. Go check out my boy, Papa Brad. Take it easy, pals. This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, miniatures, and paints. Discount prices at miniaturemarket.com.